Hey guys, John here, your host on MGTOW is Freedom. It is fucking hotter than Hades here in California. And there's no way I'm going to smoke inside. And you know, I love these premium cigars. I do. This is an Upman. It's a good damn cigar. I prefer the Arturo Fuentes, as I think I've mentioned, and my Scotch. And I like a Macanudo, and I like keeping an eye on some shit over there. I like a Don Diego, and I like a good Monte Cristo, but anyways, I had to step outside for my air conditioning, and since I'm tall, you know, being 6'6", I just reached up to the sun to light this fucking thing. It is that hot, and the sun feels like it's that close. Anyways, I want to use a term, and the term is clamor. And whenever I use the term clamor, it means all of these things or any of these things in any combination in order of importance. It doesn't fucking matter, right? Clamor is to bitch, whine, moan, complain, want, demand, beg, right? And in general, just make a lot of fucking noise. Clamor. Women clamor for marriage. They're the ones clamoring for it. And they are getting louder and louder a bit about it. You know why? Why are they clamoring for marriage? You know, to me, the answer seems almost obvious. But as I've said in the past videos, I think I even said in yesterday's video, who, where, what, when, how, are all good questions to ask, but it's the why. It's the why is where we find the most important information. It actually takes inductive and deductive reasoning sometimes to figure out the why. Why are women clamoring for marriage? Well, here's the way I see it, is I don't believe in global warming a whole lot. This is summer. It happens every fucking year. The older I get, the less I like the extreme heat. Right? But 100 years ago, it was equally as hot. But technology, men working within the areas of science and industry, developed air conditioning. Right? Air conditioning. Make our lives easier. You know, people like comfort. People like ease. People don't like difficulty. Right? So one of the benefits of people being motivated for comfort and ease was the use of the intelligent mind to create air conditioning. Right? People complained it was hot. There was a lot of clamor. Men invented it. Men invented a lot of things. In order for women to get those things, like hot water heaters, washers and dryers, refrigerators, they have to be married to men. Right? That's where I come up with this. You know, men aren't clamoring for marriage. Men clamor for attention. Men make a fucking racket and a din because they want pussy. Right? They don't want marriage, though, necessarily. They may want kids. They may feel the need to reproduce. But ultimately, right, it's the woman who clamors for marriage. But the reason why is because of what they get out of the deal. The reason why men are more and more reluctant to settle down, right? In other words, behave. Tell your kids to settle down. You're really saying, behave, you little shits. The reason women want men is so that they can have the ease and comfort of life. That is how it has always been. It's easier to live with the man in his cave than try and build your own house and make your own life. That is why women are clamoring against MGTOW, against men's rights, against the patriarchy. That is why they are clamoring more and more for the government to step in and be their husband and take care of them. But the government's going broke, not just here in America, but the UK, Australia, Scandinavia, Canada. Did I forget anybody? The whole world. All the countries are going broke. That means entitlements are going to shrink. And women are going to clamor for men to marry them so that they can have the easiest life, the most comfortable life. And they still want to be able to get divorced and have men pay for it. Oh, women clamor for that. There's special privileges, right? Special privileges that the government's there. Their daddy, their big husband, and you're just a little husband who pays for everything. You're the slave husband, but the master husband, the government, gives them what they want. Right? All they have to do is clamor for it in front of a judge, and it's theirs. But until you say, I do, they can't. And you won't say, I do, until they say, I will, right? And they lay down and let you fuck them. That's the trick. And my joke was, and I still tell, is that the reason women have hair on their pussies is to hide the hook. This whole thing is a fucking sham. Marriage today is not sacred. It's not about the sacred union of a man and a woman. It has nothing to do with the Hyros Gamos, if it ever did, as far as marriage is concerned. Right? It used to be about preserving your family and your good name. Not anymore. Now it's about wealth transfer. It's about benefits conferred. It's about special privileges affirmed. Women are clamoring for marriage because men no longer want it. It used to be, not too long ago, that men wanted marriage because they wanted the benefit of a wife. They wanted the security of a home. They liked the idea of having children running around, little crumb cruncher rugrats, right? That look like them, and you can get them in noogie and give them a freaking head rub, right? Playing with the kids, right? That I want to play catch with my son, football and baseball, shoot some hoops, all of that shit. Men wanted that because that was just how life was. That's what they've been told it was about, and it didn't penalize them. But now there's a penalty, and men are going their own way. They're deciding, I don't need that, right? I don't need that to live. Oh yeah, I don't need that to live, right? So women are getting louder about it. They used to be loud about their equal rights. And they were loud about calling for special privileges. And they clamored and clamored and clamored for more and more entitlements and benefits from the government via the social system as well as the legal system. And the clamor rose to a fucking din. There was a crescendo of clamoring. But at the same time, men began to realize there's something really fucking wrong with what's going on. Right? Why should I give up my life and the things that I like in order to satisfy a woman who really isn't interested in me? She's getting a free fucking ride, and I'm lucky if I get a sandwich and a blowjob. Right? And when the relationship's over, I have to pay for it continuously. Not only financially, but emotionally. For years. Why am I going to play this game? And so it didn't have a name back then, but it became, why am I doing this, right? Now it is called MGTOW. Men going their own way. I had when I met my now ex-wife, a 1965 Ford F-250. It was custom. I had a lift kit, four-wheel drive, Put in a Ford 460, which is the big block. Had a big ass Holly 4-barrel on it. A little better than 400 horsepower. Big cam, all that shit. Big fucking pickup. You know, that's kind of what attracted. It's one of those attracted things, and she did tell me that. Right, but she complained about it. She said, you know, that truck, it's too loud, it's too expensive, it's this, it's that. Right, and then later she said, you know, that truck was pretty awesome. I wish you hadn't got rid of it. I said, you know what? I actually got rid of that truck for you because you complained about it so much. I got tired of hearing it. She clamored too damn much about it. Right, this is my truck now, and I've had it for quite some time. Had it for quite some time. It was pretty interesting. I was working, she wasn't, and she liked to tell everybody that she bought it for me. Isn't that fucking hilarious? Oh, you know what? I should have used that in court. I had to pay for that truck in the marriage. If it was a gift, then actually it shouldn't have been included in the assets. It should have fallen into the gift category, which cannot be divided. Fuck, I blew it. Damn it. Damn it. I'd probably have to produce a witness anyways that would have said it was a gift, and I don't know. Anyways, who's clamoring for what now? You know, 100 years ago and back, women clamored for men to marry them. They'd do anything they could to have a man take care of them. With the advent of the industrial age, electricity, inventions, mass production, production line technology, increase in the standard of living, women were getting everything they wanted cheaper and cheaper and saw that they didn't need men. Or at least they were under the impression they didn't. They were under the impression they didn't need men. They were in the belief that they could do it. That they could live a life without men. That if they wanted to, they could pick up the yellow pages and do the gig economy thing on men. I'll pay for a plumber, an electrician. I'll pay for a gardener or a pool boy, right? And I'll pay for the stuff I want. Well, they found out, and it's taken them some time. Lo and behold, everything costs money. And without a man there for them to mooch off of, for them to parasitically thieve off of in terms of a man's divorce value to a woman, they discovered they can't fucking afford it. The single mom phenomena is now out of control. The single woman concept or belief that they can live without a man is being shredded. And guess what? We're not even in an economic collapse. We're just in what I like to call a recession. The collapse hasn't happened. But when it does, where do you think all the fucking money is going to go? And all the resources? In order for a business to stay alive in the coming economic downturn, guess what's going to happen? They're going to start having to cut all the dead wood. That is the non-producers, the non-workers. They're going to cut the least productive and the least effective out of their corporate payrolls. How about the government? Is it going to be able to afford to continue to pay everybody in an economic downturn? Unemployment forever? No, interest rates are going up. They're going to barely be able to service the debt as it is. Much less increase the debt with fewer workers getting paid less, and there's less tax base, in other words. So this question of women clamoring for men is going to become more self-evident as the economy slows down, as men wake up. Already I get emails and I see comments from guys who say, you know what, I'm not going to bust my ass because the women I work with don't work any harder than I do, can't work harder than I do, and they get paid the same as me. Why should I? Virtually, it's like dealing with a communist system. This cry for equal pay while not doing the equal work on the inside is causing men not to be as productive. Men sometimes, after they get divorced, quit their jobs altogether, so they've got no income for the woman to steal. But let's just assume that men are working right? Already women are clamoring for marriage. They want their men back. Oh, they're Nawalt now. Oh, they'll make sandwiches now. They'll work harder around the house, they promise. Right? They'll give you what they want. They've seen the error of their ways. What do they really want? They want your resources. They want your muscle. They want you to pay for their comfort. Oh, I can't blame them. But it is intellectually dishonest, and it's also legally dishonest. The system has been abused for far too long. Far too long. And why is it far too long? Because it was long enough for men to learn their lesson. Or start to. You know, this idea of MGTOW, men going nowhere, being a movement. I don't know if it's a movement or if it's just a slogan, but it's something that can be easily understood, easily described. You know, men can see it in their friends. Ask any man who's been divorced, how did he do? How well did he fare? It's the lucky ones who get away without having to lose half of their life, without having to lose a fortune. Those are the lucky ones. And even they say, I'm fucking lucky. I ain't making that fucking mistake again. How do you think the guy feels who lost everything? You think he hasn't learned his lesson? And I'm not saying there aren't men who go out and get married again and again and again and they can't figure it out. I feel bad for those guys. But they're just not paying attention to facts. Apparently they're still turning on not YouTube, but the boob tube, which is telling them how they need to get married. Or they just got weak constitutions and they give in to all the clamoring. But as this economic downturn happens, these women are going to see more and more hardship. And I already fucking hear it. On a daily basis, I hear how hard it is to be a woman. No shit, huh? It's pretty fucking hard, isn't it? And it's hard to be a woman. Sure would be nice to have some help, huh? Sure would be nice for you to do as you're told. Sure would be nice for you to quit fucking lying to me. Sure would be nice if I didn't be put through the fucking emotional ringer on a fucking daily basis. Right? Those are the things men complain about. You know, while men are married, they complain about the way they're treated. Right? For the effort we put into it. Don't you think we deserve a little more? Well, guess what? You fucking blew it, girls. Right? It's not just the money, it's the emotional fucking pain. Right? Men, we're not doing anything. We're just going to go about our fucking daily business while you, right, these women start to clamor louder and louder. Man, I can see it, guys. I can fucking see some sort of 1984 Orwellian shit. Right? The economy slows down and the government turns to all single men and says, hey, you guys have homes. Because it's a national emergency, we're going to require every man to take a woman into his house and pay for her and take good care of her. You already pay for the house, so it's not going to cost you much to let her live with you. I can see some kind of hellish bullshit like that being forced on us. That it's our patriotic duty at some point to give them everything they want at our expense, and we get nothing in return. Holy shit. The cries to heaven that will resound when that happens. Those are one of my fears, that we're going to be forced into something where we get zero benefit. But for the time being, and until that particular day comes, MGTOW will grow. MGTOW will become more powerful in message. There will be many, many, many more MGTOW men, MGTOW video producers. Hopefully there's going to be authors. Personally, I don't have time. I wish I did, but maybe in order to make that wish come true, I got to get fired. I don't wish for that. Anyways, the clamoring is going to get louder and louder. Oh yeah. You know, as the pain, as the difficulty of life increases. As men, we don't have it easy. We got to bust our ass. We're seeing pay cuts, lower employment rates. We're having a difficult time too, and we're still supposed to maintain some traditional concept of marriage where we throw ourselves right under the bus or tie our fucking lasso to a bull and get dragged to death trying to make money. We're still supposed to buy into that fairy tale so that women can be comfortable and they'll stop their fucking clamoring. Right? And get ready. It's going to be a cacophony in the next year or so of fucking feminine noise screaming that men need to marry women and give them another chance. Don't fucking do it. Don't fall for it. I have no problem with the concept of talking with women and being polite and nice. Nothing wrong there. Sacrificing yourself on the altar of the gynocracy, of the matriarchy, not worth it, right? Already, shame doesn't hurt anymore. Guilt. What fucking guilt? Right? No longer do I have to ignore my senses and my sensibility, right, in order to satisfy the wants of someone else. These are all the things that I hope more and more men will be saying. Right? And if I was wrong, about all of this, about the divorce rate, about men losing their asses in divorce hearings, about losing half their shit and half their retirement, and having their kids stolen, having their fucking lives wrecked, and their jobs and their social status wrecked. If I was wrong about all that, why is MGTOW growing? Why are more and more men saying, I ain't fucking marrying anybody? It's because I'm right. You guys are right. If you're MGTOW, you know what the fuck is going on. It's a good fucking cigar. Thank you, Upman. Thanks all to you guys as well who've donated to PayPal and Patreon. Thank you a lot, guys. All right, there's no subscriber fees, no video fees, none of that shit. If you guys wanna throw bucks at me, that's cool, because I wish I could sit down and just fucking smoke one, have a fucking glass of scotch or a beer or whatever the fuck it is. It's just a big world, man. Anyways, the clamoring, the cacophony, the din. I'm going to make one big recommendation here. Earmuffs. I think men need to invest in earmuffs. In fact, I think I'm going to go buy stock. Whatever company makes the best earmuffs, I'm probably going to go buy their stock, because in the next couple of years, I think there's going to be millions of men clamoring, right, at the local Walmart and sporting goods store to get earmuffs so they don't have to hear women clamoring for marriage. Give this video a thumbs up, guys. All MGTOW videos, all channels, right? All MGTOW channel producers, support them all. When you watch the videos, give them a thumbs up. Right? A lot of work and effort goes into this. Thinking, right? The production, the cost. Right? I was getting charged, what was it, 15 bucks a gig for my phone here to upload videos. Incredible, man, incredible. They're fucking sticking it to me. 15 bucks a gig. Fuck, watching a single movie in high def is what, 3 fucking gigs, and they want to charge me 45 bucks to watch a movie on my phone? I think it's a conspiracy. Anyways, you guys be cool. MGTOW is freedom. I mean that. At the very least, when you go MGTOW, you get women out of your ear and you can start listening to your own thoughts. When you don't hear their clamor, you can make intelligent decisions that benefit you. And then you can decide how you want to live your life, because you have the penis. You're the man. You guys be cool and Semper Fi.